Hey, I'm Zack, and I am taking the Dark Angels Unforgiven Task Force to the GW Open in Tampa. Alright, so in this list, I am running 3 characters, 2 battle line, and various other data sheets. With my characters, I am starting off with the Supreme Grandmaster, Azrael. He's very good. He gives the unit that he's attached to sustained hits, as well as a 4-up invulnerable save, and an additional command point every turn. Then I am running the Primarch himself. I'm running Lionel Johnson. You know I love this guy. I bring him and he brings the heat. I love him. Then I am running myself a Primaris Apothecary that is running the Stubborn Tenacity Enhancement. Now that one's pretty cool. That one is if you are below starting strength, you are +1 to hit. If you are battle shocked, you are +1 to wound. We don't play for +1 to wound, we play for +1 to hit, and that makes them pretty sweet, I find. Then after that, I am running 2 5-man intercessor squads, and they're just good. Honestly, their new points makes them pretty attractive in my opinion. Then I've got myself 2x5 Deathwing Knights. They're still good. I know people would like to run 10-mans. I like the versatility of 2x5-mans. They're pretty cool. Then I've got myself a 5-man Devastator squad. For the points and various models that I have, I just figured, you know what? If I'm going up against vehicles, they may be pretty sweet. I do have a 3-man Eradicator squad with 2 Melta rifles and 1 multi-Melta. They're still just really good, either for body blocking or for, being able to swing up against a vehicle that you may not have oaths on, because they do get those full rerolls to hit, wound, and damage. Then I do have 10 Hellblasters, and, you've seen me run these. I just throw Azrael and the Apothecary on there, and they are lethal. I've got Jordan over here in the room, and he's just he hates these guys. He hates them. They're villainous. Either way, after that, I do have a 3-man Plasma Inceptor squad. Now, let's be real. I really probably would prefer to run them as the Bolters. The Plasma's still sweet, but I like to try and run these WYSIWYG, especially going to a Games Workshop event. They really push for WYSIWYG there, so they will be Plasma. Then I do have 2x5-man Infiltrators, which are just sweet. They will have the Helix Gauntlet just to make them just some of the more annoying Space Marines to pick up, and they're excellent. So the reasons for bringing these certain types of units to help me with my game plan, I do still bring Infiltrators even if they're 100 points a unit. Look, I still play 9th edition in my head. 100 points is where they were at post buff. They're still just really good at 100, I find. So they like to screen the backfield extremely well. I play a very elite faction, and just being able to secure my backline to be able to do what I like and have people drop in places where they perhaps don't want to is very valuable. I do have, for the same reasoning, 2 squads of intercessors even, that just make sticky objectives. It's not a stratagem like with other factions. I just stand on there, it's mine, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I just keep some Infiltrators nearby, and it's very safe. Then with the Inceptors, they are probably one of the best scoring units in the game that's not, a Spore Mine, basically. And they get to drop in, they'll pick up a character, they might pick up a Reanimator with relative ease. They're extremely versatile for what they do. So for 100, however much it is, 115 points that they're running at the event, I think taking one is just an absolute necessity for any Space Marine player. Then with the Hellblasters, as I did mention before, I do throw Azrael in there as well as the Apothecary, so that they do get +1 to hit if they are below starting strength, which they will do to themselves pretty reliably, with sustained hits and a 4-up invuln, so they smack very hard, especially with these reroll to wounds still being active at the event. And I just love these guys. They're fantastic. Why not run them? I would run 2 if I could. And then after that, with the Deathwing Knights, they are still just an incredible hammer unit. And top of that, they will refuse to die. They're 4 wounds, -1 damage. They get 4 attacks each, or 5 if the Knight Master. With mixed profiles at strength 6, they practically punch pretty much any heavy infantry, light infantry, whatever you like. And then with that, following it all up in the end, I do have the Lion naturally, just being a huge distraction Carnifex. I start him out pretty aggressively turn 1. He's in the middle of the table, turn 2, and at that point he's going exactly where he wants to go with that 8-inch move. He's still incredibly tanky with that toughness 9 -1 to wounds. Heartbreaking, I'd been told. And he's an incredible unit. 380 points is pretty expensive, but when you see what kind of damage he does, I find he's worth it. So we run that. I really wanted to thank you guys for watching all of these. If this is the first one or maybe the last one out of our whole series that we have here, again, just thank you so much for following, liking, subscribing, doing whatever you like. We are Wednesday Night Warhammer, and we do hope to see you in Tampa.